Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. I want to talk about something. Since the new Twisted Metal, well, not the new Twisted Metal. Since the Twisted Metal games 1 and 2 is coming out for the PlayStation 4 and 5, right? The original Twisted Metal games 1 and 2, right? Since they're coming out next week, most likely, right? I want to say this. I want the original Twisted Metal game that you're going to re-release on the PlayStation Network. I want you to put Sony the original endings. I think it will be great to put the original endings on Twisted Metal from the first game. So, I mean, if they don't do it, they don't do it. But I think it's a good time. I think it's a perfect opportunity since the TV show is around the corner and you're about to release these games soon, basically, on the PlayStation End store, then just put the endings that originally should have been there to begin with. That's what I would do. That's what I would have done. But obviously, it's up to Sony. You know, I don't know. Would you guys advocate for that? Basically, having the original endings on the PlayStation. I mean, on Twisted Metal 1 for the PlayStation Network and stuff like that when it gets released. Because I don't mind that shit. I would love to have that shit. I think it deserves it. After all these years, after all the years of not having those true endings for Twisted Metal 1, I think the game deserves it. It does. It deserves it. Those Twisted Metal endings, the live action Twisted Metal endings from Twisted Metal 1 were so cheesy but so memorably good that how could you not add them back in? You know? They're iconic in themselves. And I'm sure anyone that gets new to the series or just hears about Twisted Metal, they probably will play the first game and then see the cheesy stuff from the cutscenes. Some of them are not cheesy. Some of them are actually not that bad. And you'd be like, oh, okay. Kind of like the Spectre ending is not like a cheesy one. That's kind of fucked up. And then the Mr. Kane one is not that cheesy. I mean, they're cheesy in their own way, but they still take themselves a little seriously to be like, holy shit, damn, Spectre, you got fucked up there. Damn, Mr. Kane, you got fucked up there, you know? So, other than that, there's still some cheesy factors in those endings, but at the same time, there's still some of them that you'd be like, holy shit, like Mr. Grimm. Mr. Grimm goes to Calypso, who's like, I have won the Twisted Metal competition. You are my prize. That's fucking dope, you know? That's fucking cool. You know, I don't know, that's just me. And then you can have some characters that have cool endings and then other characters that have cheesy but still lighthearted endings and some of them could be really fucked up endings, you know? Like again, Spectre. But yeah, I would love to have those endings back to Twisted Metal. I think it deserves it. And I think that as fans, I think we should have it. I think as fans we need it in a way. And I know someone is going to be like, well, they're on the internet anyways. I'm like, I know. Of course it is. But the fact that they could put it on, the fact that they could put the original Twisted Metal endings, for Twisted Metal 1 when they re-released them on the PlayStation Network sounds pretty intriguing, sounds pretty fun, and would actually make me, get the game even more. Just to play the game and see how it will actually feel like when you actually go through it instead of just looking instead of just looking instead of just playing through the game. Like for example, if you're watching a YouTube video that someone's playing Twisted Metal, they probably playing the whole thing and then they're not showing the original cuts. I mean, they're not showing the cutscene that the game is offering. They're showing the cutscene what the game had before they cut it out, basically. So like they're showing those cutscenes instead of just a freaking text page that shows, oh, this is what happens to the character after you won the tournament. It's so inflating and it's such a bad experience when you get those type of endings. And it's just like, could we get the original endings for the Twisted Metal ones? Because they had charm, they had charisma, you know? They had charms, and it's a disrespect to the actors that played those roles in those in those endings, in the original endings for Twisted Metal. I think they deserve to be in the limelight, which they are, but I'm talking about in the game, so these actors can look back and be like, yo, they finally did it after all these years. I bet you some of them will probably cry. I won't be surprised, because I would cry. But they're like, oh, you mean to tell me all these years these cutscenes were not in the game? Now they are. You know, and Sony has a great opportunity to do that. Will they do it? I don't know. They could probably be like, oh, no, let's just put it there and not even attempt to put the original cutscenes in the end. What? What? Why? I wonder why you're not going to do that. You should, Sony. Seriously, I would love for you guys to do that, but it's up to you guys to do it. Seriously, and hopefully none of these stupid motherfucking religious folks don't look at a woman in a bikini and be like, "Oh my God, censor her." That happened back then and it's still happening now. That's fucking retarded as shit. Seriously, you're gonna tell a woman to hide her breasts because oh she has bigger breasts than you, or she just looks more sexier than you? Maybe you need to like that's a whole nother video in itself, to be quite honest with you. Seriously, I've talked about that before. Seriously, that type of bullshit, that's one of the reasons why some of these religious folks, not all of them, but some of them, oh fucking scumbags. They really are. Like you mean to tell me you will improve you will that's the thing. My dad doesn't, for example, my dad doesn't like to see no violence or anything like that. For crying out loud, for crying out loud, the violence that you see in small soldiers, basically, he hates it. Any type of violence he hates. He doesn't even like Grand Theft Auto or something like that. He's that type of person. So imagine if he saw me playing this type of game. Of course he didn't improve it. He didn't improve none of it. No games or anything. It doesn't even matter. Seriously, I mean, maybe he improved on a Mario game or an RPG, but if it was dark and bloody, they'd be like, "Oh, that's too much." You know, that's the type of shit I'm talking about. I'm like, nah, man, these are simps. Seriously, I'm not saying my dad is a simp. I'm just saying that this because obviously, if he sees a woman in a bikini, he's not going to say, "Oh, censor that." You know, he's not that religious. Seriously, because there's so many religious people out here that want to act like that, but it's like you know you're ruining stuff that doesn't even fucking matter at all. You're gonna be 6 feet under in a couple of years, so it doesn't fucking matter, motherfucker. Seriously, that's why I said a long time ago these type of people will die off, and no one will give a fuck. So going back to Twisted Metal, one, if they put these cutscenes back, I think it will be nice and refresh, but also I think for the people that have played these games before, they will go back and feel the authentic feel of how these endings should have been brought out from the original Twisted Metal. That's just me. Um, I was gonna mention the whole open world thing of what they originally were gonna do, but they could do that in the I'm not saying they should do that in the new, and I'm not saying they should go to the new. I mean, go to the old Twisted Metal game and be like, yeah, now it's open field. I don't know if they can even do that. I doubt it. But I'm not saying they should. They should. They just leave it. Don't leave that the way it is. I'm just saying that the new Twisted Metal game, they could take that route, but not make it as short. Because the reason Twisted Metal 1 broke the basically the areas out is because the game would have been short. You would have had like two open big giant maps to go around, yeah. But once you defeated the enemies, there was nothing to do. So they couldn't think of anything, which is fine. If they had more time and if they had more time and more of a budget, they probably would have put so many stuff in the first Twisted Metal game. Oh my god, I could just imagine a lot of just unique stuff that you could have done, like side stuff. Like since it was going to pay homage in a way to Grand Theft Auto, they could have done so many like side stuff. Maybe they could have done like missions like they did from GTA 1 and 2. You know how you just go to a phone booth and you just pick up random missions and stuff like that, and there's like 100 missions and shit like that. They could have done that if they wanted to, but again, if it wasn't for time or anything like that, then they probably would have done it. It could be possible, but I'll just say that because maybe the new Twisted Metal game they might do that. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. The execution is everything. It is. It might sound good on paper, but execution is everything. And if they execute it right, then that'll be solid. You know. So I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit. I don't want to be here for that long, but I hope you guys enjoy this video. Would you like to see the original Twisted Metal cutscenes back in the game when Sony released these games? Literally, I think next week. So I mean, it makes sense next week because they want to release the games Twisted Metal 1 and 2 before the TV series starts, just to, just to get people hyped up, and Sony knows what they're doing. And that's not a bad marketing strategy. It's not. I have pointed out before that I would like to have the other Twisted Metal games there. I don't know why you're just going to put 1, 2, and black. Put all the Twisted Metal games there. But that's just me. And again, they're probably just testing the waters. For crying out loud, we have Pizza Boy in the TV show. So who knows? Maybe they're all testing the waters before they give us all the other Twisted Metal games. So anyways, yeah, tell me you guys think down below. Will you think Sony put the original endings for Twisted Metal 1? Or will they just put the game originally how it came out and not put those endings? Which is probably disappointing because if they did put those endings, imagine the clearness and the sharpness of the way. Because all those clips that you see on YouTube, some of them are grainy, some of them look kind of fucked up, and you can't really see how they look like a little bit. Kind of like it's old footage, obviously. But if Sony has the original footage and it looks fucking phenomenal and good, and you up that up with high res and HD quality, oh my god, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I would love to see that shit. Do it. Do it. It would be nice and fresh, to be quite honest with you. Since you're touching up the graphics from Twisted Metal 1 and 2 a bit, which you are, they're probably not as much because obviously they're limited graphics, but they will make them pop a bit, which is fine. I don't mind that. I don't mind old school graphics popping a bit when they still look 8-bit and all that, or 32-bit or some shit like that. I don't mind. Or 36-bit, whatever it was. Or 64-bit. But it would still be amazing to just see that, in my opinion. And that's just me as a Twisted Metal fan. If they don't do it, yeah, I'll be kind of like, damn, you missed a great opportunity here. But I won't be as disappointed because we're still getting a TV show, we still have a new Twisted Metal game coming out, and we got these Twisted Metal games coming. So yes, I would still like to have those original Twisted Metal cutscenes for Twisted Metal 1 to just reappear and put them back on in the original. But again, that's up to Sony, and that's really if they did do it, or if they are thinking about it, then fuck yeah. Again, I'm up for it. And if someone in Sony is hearing this, they're probably like, don't spoil it for everyone. God, that's a secret. My God. And if it is a secret, oh well, then you can email me. You can email me. I'll give you my email if you if you want to tell me. And I won't tell nobody. Trust me, I can keep secrets, literally. But most people are like, yeah, oh, whatever. No, seriously, I can literally keep secrets. There's so many things that I know that I haven't even told anybody. So, anyways, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I am looking forward for the Twisted Metal 1 and 2 to come. For the PSN because I've been wanting to play those games forever and stuff like that. I am playing Twisted Metal 1 on my phone, even though it's kind of difficult to play Twisted Metal on your phone, mainly because you gotta do those sharp turns and everything like that, and certain characters are kind of tanky, basically, and then it's crazy. If you ever play Twisted Metal 1 on your phone, you know what it is. Because there's some games that you can emulate, and they are not as good and playable when you touch the screen because you need a controller. Controller is everything. Now, if you can add the emulator to the controller, then that's different. I haven't figured that out yet, so maybe one day I will. Because the emulator stuff that I'm grabbing is from literally the store, the app store, stuff like that. I'm not actually getting the computer and all that or going to Google. I'm actually using an app to do it, and just downloaded a game on Google, then I have the file and all that. You guys know. If you play games on your phone, you know how to do that. So, which is not illegal, which is awesome. So anyways, I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And hey, again, like I said, if they don't put these original endings for Twisted Metal 1, that's fine. But how great and wonderful would have been just to, and then it's HD quality. I'll say this right now. I like to see those fine women in HD quality, baby, not pixels. Even though they still look good in pixels. Laura Croft, anyone?